Freckle's a high-growth technology company originally founded here in Toronto, now expanded internationally with a focus on the United States. Freckle has two core products inside of its portfolio. The first is a measurement service, which allows us to work with Fortune 500 companies to determine visitation to stores, as well as determine a return on investment for all their media spend. In addition to that, we have a privacy application called Kilee, which allows consumers to take back control of their identity in this application and monetize it should they choose to. Some of the recent milestones for Freckle are we expanded or we grew our business 280% in top-line growth in 2018. We expect to have a similar type of triple-digit growth in 2019. We launched our Kilee mobile application last year in both the Android and Apple stores. It's now available in both Canada as well as the United States. And I would say that we also improved our recurring revenue from 17% to close to 60%. So all signs are positive for the company. I think a couple of the major growth opportunities for us are first and foremost international. We've been working at the business now for a number of years, setting the stage to allow us to grow exponentially internationally. We're looking forward to doing that in 2019, continue on with our triple-digit growth, both in the Freckle business as well as with Kilee. I do think we do have an opportunity to be known as the global leader in privacy as it relates to our Kilee product that is currently available in Canada and the United States, and hopefully available internationally in 2019 and 2020. So Kilee was introduced May 25th of 2018. We built it primarily with this understanding that there is a global tsunami of privacy taking over the world. As a result of that, we felt that there was really no tools in the marketplace, really anywhere in the world, to allow consumers to control their identity, meaning take it back from larger social platforms to put underneath their control. What most people don't understand is that their data is being used and actually sold unbeknownst to them. With Kilee, this is the first application in the world that allows consumers to not only take back control of their data, but should they choose to monetize it, they can be compensated in the form of cash. So this is the change that is actually taking place in the world, and we really believe that we're at the front end of that particular line. I think with any company, you tend to grow in bigger blocks. One of the transitions is as you transition from a small startup to an emerging company or a hyper-growth company, it requires you to put more rigor and seniority inside of the business. We have a lot of opportunity. I think we're a very ambitious firm. As mentioned, we have a measurement product as well as a privacy product. One is a $500 billion market, the other is a multi-trillion-dollar market. We are literally one of three players in both of those ecosystems. So the opportunity is there. The challenge is making sure you're laser focused on how you're allocating capital, how you're allocating resources, and that never really goes away. So I think the challenge for us is to take advantage of the opportunity that we have been preparing for the last number of years and executing on our plan. What makes Freckle different from other companies in the media measurement space is two things. First and foremost is that all Freckle measurement solutions are underpinned by privacy-compliant data that is sourced from Kilee. That, by far and away, makes us the most compliant privacy solution in the global market. Secondly, we are able to go further down the measurement funnel than any other firm because not only are we able to determine if somebody's been seen in a location and exposed to media, because Kilee offers consumer insights and surveys to people that have that application, we can ask those specific consumers if they bought a product, if they bought a car, if they're at an auto dealership for service. That ability to get closer down to the transaction separates us from really anybody else in the world. Freckle's investment proposition is unique. Very rarely are you in the public market exposed to a company at this stage that is in hyper-growth mode. More often than not, typical companies are funded by VCs. When the growth starts to slow, this tends to find its way to the public market. We decided not to actually work with VCs. We funded the business ourselves organically to bring a high-growth technology opportunity to Canadian investors to allow them to actually participate in this. So we think it's really unique, not only because because it's technology that's homegrown, that is growing internationally, but more specifically because investors have the opportunity to actually participate in that hyper growth that typically you would not get in the public market. It's a big move for us. I think for most entrepreneurs, they've been conditioned that when they have an idea, they graduate from school, that the only way for them to actually capitalize their business is to go to the venture capital community and raise money. I think that that's fair, but I think it's also important to understand that there's alternatives. When we looked at the market, we felt that the best move for us was to actually go to the public market. We felt that we could capitalize the business and actually grow the business while putting us in an arena with some of the biggest companies in the world. But we also felt what was really unique about our story was we're a relatively early stage company, and most institutional and retail investors don't get access to that type of equity in their portfolio. They get it at a much later stage when a VC is actually taking them public. So I think what's unique about this story is that you as an investor are actually getting in at almost that equivalent of that VC floor, but you're getting the liquidity and the opportunity to participate in that upside. We think that that's an incredibly unique story, but we're encouraging people that if you're interested in the product and you believe in what we're doing, you have the ability to actually ride the story with us from where we are today to where we think we can go.